Yes.
Mm.
Let's
Welcome,
go.
everybody. Welcome. Listen, you can tell we were talking before we went live already. But welcome to all of you here. Welcome to Secure the Bag. I'm Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. Some people call me Dr. Cousin, and I'm here with.
Taylor Made Wealth Gardner, Mr. Matthew Taylor. What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Yes, we are
Let's go.
here, all smiles, because the topic we're going to talk about today is going to be absolutely amazing. But look, if this is your first time here to Secure the Bag, we want to quickly let you know what this is truly all about. So, Mr. Taylor, what is Secure the Bag all about?
So, secure the bag for those that don't know. It's a young person's term, right? We talk about how to secure your wealth, dreams, goals, finance, all that stuff. And so, we're talking about securing your bag. There are many different ways and places and spaces where people are trying to figure out how to get money, right? How to achieve their dreams and all that. Well, we started off where we were doing presentations with a business, and that kind of sprouted into more and more things, right? We connected with more and more people, and they saw value in what we do. We've been doing this for a while now, and so we shifted it over to YouTube, and we want to share this content with you because we believe that everybody has a bag, but we want to help you find whatever that bag is and then secure it, grow it, manage it, make it happen, and multiply. So let's go.
But Mr. Taylor, I gotta say something because some people think that they have a bag, but in actuality, it's somebody else's bag given to them to manage for just a short period of time. So we're going to talk about what a bag is, because many of you think that you have a bag, but y'all not understanding. It's a bag that was already, it's kind of like been repurposed and given to you. Let's talk about it, because every time we come together, for this particular wealth discussion, we have a topic. You're going to realize these topics intersect, right? They overlap just a little bit. And so we're promising that we're not going to give you too much, but it's going to give you something to think about. Remember that, okay, this may show you my age a little bit. There was this show, where it was a host, and he used to be like, things that make you go, that is what we're going to have you to do on this show. We're going to make you go, and make you think, because unfortunately there's other organizations that are thinking for you instead of allowing you to think. Okay. And so today, what are we talking about, Mr. Taylor?
Man, listen, we were talking, it was like, are you securing the bag or is the bag securing you? Are you chasing money or is money chasing you? I mean, it's simple as that. Are you chasing the bag or is the bag chasing you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to say it in all those different ways because you got some people like, bag, what is the bag? What are you talking about?
But what is the bag, Mr. Taylor? What is the bag? I think we need to start there and then figure out whether they're chasing or it's chasing them.
So we're gonna talk about money today, right? Money, streams of income, right? There are so many people that are chasing money through this one entity called JOB. What is that called? Just over birth. Right? We were taught to go to school, get a job, and then that job will be able to, pay for your experiences, and then eventually you die and have a family and keep it moving, right?
Right.
But we realize that in this changing world, if you're not constantly learning and growing and upgrading, what your information, right, in this mindset, you're going to keep doing the same thing, running around this rat race, expecting a different result. Don't they call that insanity, Dr. McKnight?
That is insane. Like, you doing the same thing, trying to get the same. That's like saying, I'm just gonna go here around this mountain and expect something different. Ain't nothing gonna appear, ain't nothing gonna jump out, jump out that's different. Or that's like when we go in the refrigerator, we want something to eat, and we were just in the refrigerator 5 minutes ago. There is nothing different in there. So you need to do something different. If you didn't put anything in the refrigerator that's different, you're gonna see the same stuff. So it's the same way when it comes to us being able to generate income and build wealth. We got to do something different in order to get a different result. Same difference.
Exactly.
So
and that's all we've been doing.
Yeah.
We've been so entrenched since we were in school, right? The schools taught us that we have to literally, we can't make mistakes. We gotta work. It's only based on grades, and you're an educator because you do the homeschool thing. And I'm an educator because I'm in a doggone school system sitting there undercover trying to show these youngsters how to build wealth.
Undercover teacher. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm telling you, because here's the thing, like, we're not taught to be able to read, we're not taught to read books.
Mhm.
Like Think and Grow Rich, not taught to read books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, not taught to read books
Mhm.
that are going to enhance this mindset, right? We're not
Yes.
taught to work on personal development. They're taught to memorize. We're taught to
Yeah.
memorize things so
Mhm.
that you can secure somebody else's bag rather than
Mhm.
thinking and creating for yourself your own bag.
Mm.
Because there's a bag that you already have, but you're so busy chasing somebody else's bag, not realizing that you already been gifted your own bag.
Mm. And it's unfortunate because I was just sharing with Mr. Taylor, and that's what we were like, we got to hurry up and go live. I was sharing how, let me give you this example. You know how you go to the store, and I don't know how many of you like potato chips or like just those snacks out there. You're a snack, you're a snacker, you're a foodie. So you might like your snacks, and some of you might like chips. And so, I like chips every now and then. And sometimes I like to go get the bag chips, right? I like jalapenos. I like things that got a little spice. So you go get these chips and you open the bag of chips. No, well, first of all, you don't even open it yet. You look at it, you're like, oh, snap. So you pick up the bag and you're like, wait a minute. And you shaking it. You're like, wait, something is not right with this picture. You open it up and you realized you don't pay $5 for some air. I want you to think about that for a moment. You looked in the bag, and to your amazement, you done got 3 chips for $5. 3 chips and a whole lot of air. That's the same amount of substance that's in your bag for those of you who have a JOB. Those with a JOB had a whole lot of air. 3 chips and nothing to show for what you paid for. Go ahead, Mr. Taylor. I already know you're looking.
And you know why that bag is it keeps dwindling down? If we go financial, we know that we can deal with
Yes.
inflation, with taxes, right? Every time you work a job, right? And I was reading a book called The Psychology of Money, and it talked about how, we often hear the rich get rich and the poor get poor. Well, guess what? There was a time where it was in sync, where the middle class was, they was kind of upgrading a little bit, but now there's what's called a divergence in the economy because the top 1% are actually getting super wealthy, right? Via stocks, via Bitcoin, whatever they're doing, they got to do. And the middle class is actually dissipating. They're dropping down to that poor status because they're not upgrading the information. They're holding on to a bag with holes in it. They're holding on to a bag full of air. They swapped out a different bag, which is a different job, thinking that was going to take care of them, not realizing that dollar bag that's now only worth 50 cents is now only worth 10 cents. And because there's not enough substance, they can't eat. When you can't eat, you get desperate. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a better way. You don't have to get somebody else's bag. You get your own bag. And that bag is full. But stop looking at what other people are giving you and go within. Like, there's a bag. Everybody has their own bag, but you got to figure out what it is. And how do you develop that bag? Well, we're going to talk more about that in some of these later episodes, but there's some skills that you're going to need, right? There's some fine tuning you're going to do. There's some reading that you're going to need to do. There's some goals. There's some things that you got to work on inside in order to change the outside around you.
Yes. Education is going to be the key, everyone. And so, speaking of education, I was talking to Mr. Taylor and I said, is there really a difference between multiple streams of income and multiple sources? And I began to do a little research to find out, because when you're talking about living in today's day, one way of just having only one way of that income is coming in is not going to suffice. How many of you, if you agree with us, type in the comment section, you agree. Let us know what your thoughts are about the fact that you're going to need multiple ways of bringing in income. If you agree with us on that point right there. Okay. Now, sources versus streams, it's really all in the same. But what does it actually mean? Because a lot of people bring up this topic and they're like, I got multiple streams, I got multiple sources. Hold on. Because you got to make sure that it's correct. If, for example, for those of you who have a job, that's your source. That's a place by which income is coming in for you. If they tell you we have to start laying people off and they laid you off, let me know in the comments. Will you still have income flowing in through that source? The answer is no, unless they give you some type of special package, and then that may not last the entire time, right? Is that going to suffice? For most people, the answer is no. That's one source. So it's important that you have different sources from which your income is coming in, not just one company and different things coming in through one company. That's fine. But that one umbrella, ladies and gentlemen, is still just one source. It may be different elements coming from that one source, but it's still one source, or considered to be one stream of income.
So what happens, Dr. Cousin, if that stream just so happens to dry up all of a sudden? There's a drought in that stream. Like, you know what I'm saying, right?
Ooh. If there is if there's a temporary drought.
Right. I'm saying
temporary drought. Like that faucet, you can have a leak somewhere. You're like, wait a minute now, hold on. We gotta go back and fix this thing because something is coming out of somewhere, and it's not just all coming in this one spot. So you need to go, first of all, you have to strategize. This is what we talk about in 2024. 2023 was supposed to be when you're preparing to get yourself ready for this year. But even if you're right here and you're like, I need multiple streams, you want to then now start doing your due diligence to find out about different credible sources. It doesn't matter if the source is brand new, because they got to start somewhere. Or if the source has been established for quite some time, they've been present for some time, you just may not have been plugged into it. You need to do your due diligence. You need to consult with the people who are already connected to those sources to find out more about it. The source has to be credible, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go and just only consult Father Google. Do not, and you know and then of course, then you try to go to Google Sun. You go to Google Sun, which is YouTube. That's only extension of the Father. So I just want you to understand. I want you to understand in all seriousness, you need to go to the sources, those people who have a real relationship, okay, with the source. They're connected, well connected. So streams, sources, you got to have multiple. So the question is, how many sources do you have? How many sources do you want to have? The Bible talks about how we ought to have 7, maybe 8. It's good to have more, of course, but at least 7, at least. Okay. Mr. Taylor, what you think about that? Oh, you're muted.
I think that's so important and so vital because, you know, we often talk about how we look at the ant, right? And the ant in the wintertime, he's preparing for summer, and in the summertime, he's preparing for winter. And that's just preparation, right? When preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable. So in this season, in this moment right now, especially the beginning part of the year, you need to not only put a plan together, but you need to start storing up what you need, right? Because there's going to be some sunny day opportunities that come for you, but it's going to only be rainy days if you're not prepared for it.
Absolutely.
Sunny days can come if you're prepared for them, but it's going to be dark and doom and gloom because you weren't ready for the opportunity. So, you know, this is the time, this is the moment where you start to really open your eyes to opportunities, not just anyone, like Dr. McKnight said. You want to find credible sources, credible places and spaces so that can provide for yourself and your family. And you're not having to worry about at nighttime, like, we're going to be here tomorrow. No, we don't even want that, right? You know, Warren Buffett said, don't lose money. What's another rule? Don't lose money. So guess what? You want to put your energy and your focus in places that are not cut off.
That's right.
Right? Because you see the stuff behind me, right? That's this garden stuff, right? But if you're constantly pouring into something that's dying, well, what do you think is going to happen? Your money's going to die, right? That there's holes in that bag. So you got to put yourself in a position where you're constantly going to be growing. You're constantly going to be doing what you got to do so that you can expand, you can grow, and then have that abundance that you're expecting.
Absolutely. So listen, I hope that you gotten something from this. Like, we were dropping some nuggets today. And in all seriousness, this stuff is real. People's income sources, and this may have been the case for you, 2023, 2022, with all that pandemic stuff that was going on. So a lot of people realize that they need multiple ways of bringing in income. You need to be in control of the flow of income inside of your home. So what are you willing to do about it? What step are you willing to take after watching this video? What are you willing to do so that you can change your present situation, so that you can have multiple streams, so that you don't have to go chasing the bag, so that the bag is chasing you, so money is working for you? What are you willing to do differently today? That is the question. Okay. And so let us know in the comment section. We like to receive feedback. Let us know in the comments, what stood out to you the most as you were tuning in today? What stood out to you? What really tugged on your heart, your mind strings? What is it that you feel that you need to take action on like yesterday? And so that's really going to wrap it up, everyone. And we just pray that you're going to set your alarm, that you're going to be here with us 6:00 p.m. Eastern time for our next episode. And Mr. Teller, what is it that we need for them to do, after having watched this video? Yep, you're muted.
Yeah, so you want to like and subscribe, right? Because at Let's Secure the Bag 2021, right? Yeah, let's secure the bag, because at the end of the day, we're all looking for something more, right? Especially as things contract. But guess what? If we're connected to the source, we're constantly expanding.
Yes.
There's no reason why you need to be contracting like everybody else. So this is your moment to expand. Tap into the source. Tap into the resources that we're connected to, and get with us. We want to show you that there are ways where you can definitely secure your bag.
Absolutely. So once again, that hashtag is going to be what for them to reach us here?
Let's Secure the Bag 2021. Let's go.
All right. All right. So listen, connect, like, subscribe, like the video, hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the content that we do upload. And listen, we're going to make sure that we upload some shorts. So we're not talking about shorts you put on. We're talking about short videos. All right. So we're going to make sure we have that content, some fresh content, so that you'll know how to move, how to strategize, and how to move in 2024. And so what makes this one point before we exit, what makes this channel different from the others, because I know you see other channels that talk about money, is that you have people of this skin tone. Let's just put it out there. Family who's connected, and we're talking about money, talking about doing something different for generations to come, for now and generations to come. So we appreciate you. We thank you. We love each and every one of you guys. You all be blessed and have an amazing week. Peace, guys.